Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Portland this season.
A difficult matchup for them last. Year with them losing both games to a team with a bad record.
Yeah, on paper it looked like it should have been no contest, but the opposite was true.
Free throw good, Wagner. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Now here's Simons. Pass to Clingan. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
At 7'2", Donovan Clingan is a mountain of a man.
Banchero the screen. Driving to the basket. Black, no good. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jamal Mosley gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him what their biggest challenge would be defensively, and his quick answer was Scoot Henderson. He said Henderson's as explosive as they come. We can't let him get out on the break and control the pace. Their hope is to force Henderson to operate in the half-court offense, but Scoot may have other ideas, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Orlando.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Here's Simons. Orlando making their last shot. Pass to Thibault. Nifty move. And he sinks the layup.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
To the middle. Here's Wagner. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Thibault. Back to Simons. They set the screen. To the inside. Abdia. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Banchero.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
So it's Portland now, after the basket by Orlando. Here's Clingan. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Nice find there from Simons. Solid at recognizing when his teammates are uncovered.
Banchero no good. Portland leading. Here's Simons. Pass to Abdia. Into the lane. And stolen by Banchero. Now here's Wagner, defended by Abdia. Wagner, right side. Back to Banchero. It's stolen by Henderson. The drive by Simons. And he dunks it down.
I'll tell you, Simons can really book it. When he's at full speed, good luck catching up.
This guy's really...
Pass to Klingon. Oh, sweet move. And there's a 3-second violation. So both teams making some changes here. Magic trail by 3. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. And he gets that one.
The closer the better for Anthony, as is the case for most guys. He just wants to drop that one in.
Simons outside. Back to Henderson. This one for 3. Orlando grabs the miss.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Anthony. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction. For a 7'2" guy like Donovan Klingon, it must be easy to jam it.
Picked by Carter. It's Anthony.
Nice!
Big finish! Man!
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Now here's Simons. And it's Thybulle missing. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. To the paint. And it's blocked by Thybulle. Inside. Here's Klingon. And it's blocked. Wagner on the wing. The 3 is up. It's not going to go for him. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by 1. And we'll be back.
The Trailblazers, 11.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
Anthony misses. And you watch Donovan Klingon. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, B.A. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
And here's Simons outside. Sinks it from distance. Simons got 5 points.
You can't give Simons any room from that corner spot.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tight together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time. And it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Klingon. And here's Simons. 5 to shoot. Klingen's shot is off. Wagner outside. Carter on the wing. Back to Anthony. Left side, Caldwell Pope. Out of bounds. It'll be Trailblazers ball.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
Portland leading by 4. Down low. Here's Marjanovic. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. They'll pin that one on Jonathan Isaac.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches. But the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run. And honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
All right, a chance to check up on Deni Avdia's status. What do you have, Allie?
I had a moment to catch up with Portland's head athletic trainer. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while. This is certainly not the way they wanted to start the season. Frustrating for both him and for the team. We'll keep you posted as we find out more.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Boy, this injury definitely looks like it could be serious, guys.
Here's hoping it's not, but yeah, this team may have to get used to playing without him for a bit.
And in the training room, guys, I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
Pass to Kamari. Here's Marjanovic. Just 4 to shoot. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
That close in against a way shorter defender, you could just put up 2.
And the Magic surprising many league-wide, Clark, with how they've broken through.
And the way they're winning, I might add. I mean, rugged, physical defense.
Bang, chicken way. Take it seriously,
man. Not necessarily what you expect to see from a young team, B.A.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Magic trail by 3. Here's Black. 7 points in the game. Howard, the screen to the middle. And Ayton pulls it down.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
For the Trailblazers. Here's Rollins. Yet to see a basket. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from Avdia. Trailblazers lead by 3. Henderson outside. Back to Simons. Lets the 3 fly. Orlando with the rebound. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Rollins. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Outside for Henderson. sends it home from
Yo,
three-point
bro.
land.
Does he not look like
Henderson's
white?
gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Rollins. Got a hand on it. 2 on the clock. And Thybulle lays it up and in. Thybulle's got his second basket on the night.
Woo! His energy is unmatched. And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Trailblazers up by 6. And we'll return shortly. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Trailblazers lead by 6. Simons outside. Pass to Thybulle. Launches it. Here's Klingon. Now here's Thybulle. The 3. Buries it from 3. Thybulle's got his third bucket of the night.
Defensively, there was a lack of
He just
aggressiveness,
changed
and
the
it really
game,
made it
so,
easy
bro.
for him to knock that shot down.
And Suggs, here we go. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Tell you what, off the drive, Suggs vertical, really something to behold. Good luck trying to stop this guy when he comes at you like that.
Thybulle on the wing. Let's go with a 3. No good there. Magic trail by 7. On the wing, Suggs. Thybulle with the board. So it's Portland now. Henderson left side. Outside Thybulle. Inside. And stolen by Suggs. Here's Wagner. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, nice swipe that time from Suggs. I love to see him being aggressive and taking chances on defense.
One thing this team loves about Jalen Suggs, he is one tough guard, Clark.
Hey, he was the state football player of the year in high school. And you don't just forget about how to be tough when you've done what he's done on the gridiron. And it translates extremely well to the hardwood. I think he's one of the better on-ball defenders in the league right now.
Here's Avdia. He can't hit that time. Howard with some nice D. And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Into the second half of play now. Suggs surveys the D. Ooh, excellent D there from Aiden.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Simons right side. Marjanovic inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Banchero. That one's wide left. Picked it.
Dog.
And he takes that one up
That's
and powers
good.
it through.
He can do that.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising. An effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
To the inside. The kick out to Williams. Simons outside. Here's Carter. And it's
What's up,
slammed
Carter?
in by Carter.
With obvious length and jumping ability, Carter Jr. can get it coin above the rim and make it look easy.
Ayton with a screen to the paint. Great D that time from Banchero. Magic trail by 3. Suggs with it. Now guarded by Simons. Suggs, no good.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Pass to Williams. They swipe it. Outside Carter. "55 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. 5 on the clock. And he got the whistle
Yeah, I
on
can't
the way
show
up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Carter Jr. has a big body inside and uses his physical advantage as well to draw fouls.
He hits the second from the line.
Round 2.
And it's Simons with the ball for the Trailblazers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. That game will conclude the 3-game road trip they're currently on. And it's Thybulle missing. Orlando trailing here. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Yeah, he was standing out with this. Okay.
Here's Black. He has 7. We've got 22 seconds left in the third. And he drops the first. That one drops. He ties it up. It's Avdia on the wing. Pass to Klingon. Poke loose. Wagner with a steal. And he slams it in one-handed.
And that's got to hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
32.
That was good, bro. What's this?
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. And it's the Magic with the ball. The lead is 2. Here's Black. Down low. Pass to Rollins.
Ball.
Here's Black. 2 on the clock. With the drive. And he gets it back.
Twist off. Hey, Black.
A second to shoot. Portland with a rebound.
That's a foul.
Henderson outside. Back to Thybulle. Pass to Henderson. 3-pointer. Simons with it.
First team foul.
And here's Henderson. There's the triple.
Now that their field goal percentage is starting to tail off, they're losing ground.
Pass to Isaac. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by
No, I
Isaac.
didn't go to, what's the name? But it's cool.
A few possessions into the 4th. Just over a minute played. Thybulle with it. There's the drive. Now Simons. Now Henderson to the inside.
Good stuff.
Wagner with a steal. Now Caldwell Pope. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here.
You're back in where that's how low you can come back in, baby. Both sisters playing so good, I gotta put them in.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just reviewing the plan with his team. Confidence is what he's asking for right now. He said, quote, when it's close, we have to keep believing in ourselves. And if we don't think we can pull it out, we've already lost. So some strong words from coach in the huddle. Back to you, Brian.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight.
Good D, I don't care. I don't care. That was some good D, Paolo. He shows why he wanted the most, bro.
Vertical, and he plays a lot bigger than his height.
Henderson hits them both. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Here's Banchero.
Stuff.
Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Sir.
And the Magic lead by 2.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Caldwell Pope with a drive.
Well,
So quick on these drives. As quick as a hiccup. Can't let him.
Let's go back to bed.
Pope get into the lane like this.
Here's Kamare. Pass to Klingon. Over Wagner. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Orlando leading by 4. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth.
Hello.
Now here's Banchero. Out of bounds.
It's a foul. It's a big foul, too. That was even like a little one. My guy got pushed and it was at the car.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's the 3. Offensive board.
That's what happened.
An important move for Klingon.
And so it's Banchero who brings it up for Orlando. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Banchero. Clock at 6. The Magic need to put one up here. Here's Black. Banchero surveys. And there's the call on Banchero.
That's a charge.
So
Oh my goodness, I'm losing my voice.
Sometimes that just happens, but
Okay,
don't
let's
like
go
to
to the
see
home.
it when the game is this close.
Portland trailing here. Outside Thibault. Pass to Abdia. Wagner with a steal.
Stuff. Black, I want to see you.
Black. Out to the right wing. The 3 from Banchero.
Chicken wing!
And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
They've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Yeah, you know, the defense just hasn't been able to keep up with them in this one. The transition game, as a result of good defense, has been very strong.
Kamare. And the 3 off target.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good.
Green Bay chicken wine.
Increases the lead to 6.
Back to zone.
So here's Portland.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul. You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you got to make them.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
When you're the #1 pick,
I think I was starting this.
the expectations are through the roof. But Paolo is well grounded, got his feet on the ground, head squarely focused. He's embracing the challenge and meeting it so far.
Bang bang chicken one.
Fires in the triple.
I think Caldwell Pope has done a nice job developing into a legit deep ball threat.
So it's the Magic winning
That was
this
a
one
good one.
easily.